So I want to begin by talking about democracy. So in America, we understand that true democracy is linked to having both free press and the freedom to speak. And so I want to ask you to think about this as it pertains to Kenya. What does democracy look like there? And what is your responsibility as a deputy president to make sure it happens?
Well, to be fair to ourselves, maybe sometimes we judge ourselves by very high standards. Mm-hmm. But to be fair to ourselves, Kenya is a robust democratic country with a very progressive constitution that builds into it the Bill of Rights that is progressive and that is robust in its provisions, so that there wouldn't be a lacuna for anybody to box people into a straitjacket and expect people to speak only in a certain manner. But that be as it may, you wouldn't have people who would want to play games with the rights of others to decide, to make independent decisions and to make choices that they believe are the correct choices. So regular elections is part of our forte. We will be having elections in the next 5 months, in 9th of August to be exact. And people of Kenya will make choices. And the only maybe concern that many Kenyans have is the intrusion by agencies to try and manipulate decisions of people at different levels. And the good thing is that the people of Kenya have stood very firm as against any attempts to make decisions on their behalf. Mm-hmm. There is a huge pushback, let me say, by citizens of Kenya against any attempt to choreograph the next dispensation in Kenya. And there is a lot of blackmail, intimidation, use of criminal justice system to intimidate leaders, to blackmail leaders, to ask people to vote in a certain way. But Kenya, being a very progressive and having practiced democracy for a long while, they've stood up to this blackmail and threats and intimidation. And as a leader in Kenya, I have taken the position that every citizen, and I have gone all out to protect and to speak against any attempts to try and straitjacket people into predetermined outcomes. I am very confident that the people of Kenya will prevail, that blackmail and intimidation will not prevail, and that Kenyans will make independent choices. We would have expected that we would be able to do this without all the baggage of blackmail and intimidation that is going on at the moment. But unfortunately, that's where we are. And in my position, I will do the best I can to make sure that I protect the right of every citizen to make independent choices, even if those choices are not necessarily in my favor.
So to move into talking about what you have called as your mantra, this idea of the bottom-up economy.
Yes.
That it's about pouring the money and the resources into the people, the hustlers. I like that term as someone who lives in Baltimore. The hustlers, to be able to fend for themselves, fight for themselves, but also make